to so be surprised at yourself, to find yourself so weak when you thought yourself strong. That's what hurts, and it's a driving force for me. I don't want to find myself weak, and lacking in some character way.
I never meant to break your heart.
You've kind of touched on the fact that the song isn't super close to you now. Was it hard to put yourself in that moment to sing the song? Because you convey a lot of emotion in the acting of, like in the singing of the song in the video.
The song One Mistake's not hard for me to sing now. Actually, the first two songs in the album, Angel and Every Time We Kiss, are hard for me to sing now because I think that they're both a little bit, I can view them as a little bit trite, is that the word? It's always hard to find the word for me, but it lacks the wisdom and the experience and grounding that all of the future experiences of the album teach me. So it's an expression of love without knowledge and wisdom and without depth. It's a shallow love. So those songs are hard for me to sing. One Mistake is valuable to me. It's a valuable song to me. It was a valuable lesson to me. And I can find the pain. I can reach that pain of loss that I experienced. It's not the things that I lost. It's the violation of my own conscience, to so be surprised at yourself, to find yourself so weak when you thought yourself strong. That's what hurts, and it's a driving force for me. I don't want to find myself weak, and lacking in some character way. Man, that's painful, and it's right there on the surface for me that I don't want to find myself in a position where I thought I was strong and I was weak.
How did you come up with the idea of like the symbolism of this?
The House of Cards thing is like, Josiah is building this life for himself and the king and the queen, and he's like putting them on top and like, this is the perfect world I have for myself. But it's a naive vision of the world, and it's not informed by some of the, like everything it needs to be informed by. It's immature. And so that's what the shaky foundation is in his own character.
I never meant to break your heart.
It seems like a kind of a personal song. Was it difficult for you to put this song out in the world?
There's an idea of Carl Jung, Jungian idea of embracing your shadow, which is like the parts of you that are scary and bad and shameful, and that it's important to acknowledge them and not repress them and act like this is not part of me. This is a typical example. Somebody would say like, that's not me. What I did yesterday, that's not the real me, but it is part of the real you because you did it. And it's really important to acknowledge that part of yourself and accept it and say like, okay, that's not what I want to be. That's not my ideal version of myself, but that is part of me. And that makes it easier to work past it and to grow up a little bit. The idea of grace and the name Grace, the album, is that, and this is the way I framed it when I was 21 or however old I was then, and I've just kept the name ever since, but that sometimes God's grace to us is allowing us to suffer the consequences of our own actions and learn from them so that we can grow and be stronger. A real thing that happened before many years ago, I prayed in the car one day. There was a sermon that I was at, and I was moved by it about being a godly husband, and we can get into the definition of that, but I prayed out on the way home a sincere prayer, and I said, God, help prepare me to be a godly husband, whatever that is. And shortly after, I was in a very serious relationship, and I read the cards as, this is me becoming a godly husband. This is me, and I was finishing the deck. This is it. This is what I built for myself, and I got what I wanted through the consequences of my own actions. I learned about my own character and learned to know myself better and my weaknesses better and how to better address them. And as a result, later in life, I was better prepared to be a good husband.